I see we have a Norman. I wonder, is it the Norman? Norman, are you there?
Yeah, I want to know why
It is the Norman.
Yeah, I want to know why the Prime Minister is getting criticised for getting pictured with Kyle, but you can go to a restaurant and get pictured and don't get criticised.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I know why. You know, why are you still on air anyhow? You know, you follow. Now listen, you follow Kyle on everything. Are you going on a current affair as well? Are you going to dress up as a bunny in a bunny suit as well?
No, I'm certainly not.
Listen, why the hell are you still on air? Why hasn't the people boycotted your program?
Norman, the good thing about you, is you don't have to dress up as a bunny. You are one.
Nah, why hasn't sponsors boycotted your program? Why hasn't women's groups got on and boycotted your program?
No.
And put up a big stink about you?
No,
hey,
why should they?
Kyle got put off air.
Norman,
Yes?
what actually is the matter with you?
Now listen.
I'm listening.
Kyle got
I
put off
asked you,
air.
Norman. I asked you a question.
No.
What actually is the matter with you?
No, what's the matter with you? Why?
I don't know
haven't you been
I don't
put
know
off
what's
air?
the matter. Maybe something is the matter with me. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're old and feeble, and you go back
I'm
to
not-
the
I'll
1920s when you treated women like you do.
What? What did you say?
When you treated women like you do, you're old-fashioned. You know, all your handmaidens making them wear skirts and not trousers. So that's where your mind is.
Yeah.
Right? So you treat women
I'll tell you what, Norman. You may think I'm old and feeble, but I'd like to get hold of you. I'd pull your nose very quickly.
Oh, yeah, I'm shaking in my boots, John.
I'm not
I
surprised.
want to know why
You overweight
sponsors-
slob.
I want to know why sponsors are not boycotting your program.
Because I do a good job.
Many
Because it's simple. Because I do a good job. Most people. Hang on, Norman. Most people are motivated by greed, and if people think that I can sell a product for them, it's not going to be because they like John Laws. It's going to be because John Laws can do the job. Simple as that.
They're not know that because they don't like John Laws, and I don't know why everybody's not up in arms and have you off air.
Why?
Kyle was put off air for months for his treatment of a women caller.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
So
he wasn't put off air for months. That's a silly thing to
Oh,
say.
he was. So he was suspended.
He was not.
He was suspended. Why aren't you suspended?
I don't know.
Why's your management so weak-kneed that they can't stand up to you? Are you like Hadley at 2GB?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe you better. Why don't you ring the management and ask?
I'll complain because you should be up against the bloody radio, the regulatory thing about the radio. You shouldn't be on air.
Why?
You've reached everything for criticising and talking about.
If you're referring to, I think her name was Carol, that I had last week, she wasn't in the slightest bit offended by any question I asked her, and she rang back to say so. Now, I only care about Carol. I don't want. If I've upset an idiot like you, it bothers me very little. But if I upset Carol, I would be very upset, and it was not my intention to do that. And she rang the radio program of her own volition and said that she wasn't at all upset by the questioning, and she was quite happy, and she understood my motive for asking the question.
Your motive for answering the question. Your motive is you're not into this 21st century. Your mind is still back in the 1950s when you can talk to women like that. And you say you're 77. You must be in your 80s, right? Your mind would probably go back to the 19th century with women. Okay, so you talk to them like that.
Hey, listen. Hey, Norman. Norman, I'm interested to know what your situation is when it comes to women. Are you married?
Listen, why do you keep turning back on me for?
Well,
You're the
because
one on the radio.
you're talking. No, Norman, you're the one on the radio.
No, you're the one. You ask people to ring up to talk to you. I'm ringing up to talk to you, and then you come and start asking me questions. Am I on the radio 9 to 12? Am I sitting on my ass like you do for 3 hours a day earning millions of dollars? No, I'm a poor
there's the rub, isn't it?
No, I'm working hard, right? In the morning.
What out of interest, Norman? What do you do?
No, here we go.
I hope you're not into public relations.
Here we go again, asking me questions.
Why shouldn't I?
You put yourself up there.
Why, Norman, be a good little boy. Why shouldn't I ask you questions?
Because it's not. Listen, I'm not
It's
the
what?
one on the radio. You're the one earning millions of dollars.
And that's
all your cars.
And that's
all
what
your
bothers you,
holidays.
isn't it? That's
All
what
your
bothers you.
You put yourself up here. You get criticised. I don't thank you. You ask me to ring you up. I ring up, and I...
Hey, hang on. I didn't
Okay.
ask you to ring me up. I just asked people
Hey,
to
you
ring me up.
ask people. You come on here. Oh, call me now. Call me now. I'm calling you now, aren't I?
Yeah, you
Okay?
are. And you're on the air, and you've been on the air for 5 minutes and 4 seconds.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it too much for you, John? You can't take
No,
it.
no, no. I'm very happy.
I'm
You
just-
listen, Norman.
I'm just telling you the
What
truth.
about Norman? What about I just? What do you mean I can't take it? What about I just shut up and you talk?
Yeah, okay, listen. The ACMA or whoever covers the radio, John Law should not be on air. All the people out there, all the women's groups and all these people who got Kyle off air should be protesting and boycotting your program. There should be more of it. And then the Prime Minister gets pictured with Kyle on the front page of the telly. Where were you back in the page? Nobody came in. Only me who thought that you was associating with Kyle Stanley because he was more unpopular than anybody else, and you were. So what, the Prime Minister's got the same idea, associated with Kyle, hey, and let's get some of the heat off her onto Kyle. That's what you do. You should just follow Kyle on this Cohen affair and have it all, a big thing with Tracy Grimshaw tonight. Dress in a bunny suit, because you want to associate yourself with Kyle Sandilands, the most hated person. Then he goes on to Channel 9. Oh, you're just a pathetic creature, you are. You're just hiding behind Kyle Sandilands now. You want to associate yourself with the young crowd, hey? Well, I'll make it...
Hey, Norman,
like Kyle Sandilands.
Norman, you're a pathetic little jerk. You really
Oh,
are.
here we go.
You're just an
Oh.
unpleasant, pathetic little human being, and I feel so sorry for you. What an extraordinary life you must have if your mind works that way. I mean,
no.
you've got to be very lonely, I hope.
No, I'm not lonely. You're the pathetic creature. You're the thing trying to cling
I'm
on
not-
with your,
I'm not-
your
I'm-
fingers, trying to stay on radio, trying to be relevant. Well, trying to be relevant. That's a laugh.
Listen.
Trying to get yourself in the paper from controversy. That's all you're trying to
Listen.
do.
Walter Cronkite was on the air in America up until the age of about 92. So you've got a
Oh,
lot
he
to
was
you've got a lot to look forward to, Norman.
Oh, no. You won't last that long. You one morning we'll go to air and there'll be this long pause. He's finally dropped off the perch on air. That'd be a great one. John Laws dies on air, but then you die on air every morning, then don't you? Bye.
Isn't he delightful? Really delightful. I think he's certifiable, actually. I think he really is totally obsessed and raving mad. I mean, I don't mind being disliked at all. Doesn't bother me. There isn't a rule out there you've got to like John Laws.